Hey everyone, how is everyone doing, huh? And this Sunday night, actually, I'm doing my podcast. Sunday, October, what is it? 23rd, 2022. How is everyone doing, huh? I have basically a can of beer, coffee, huh? Soup, huh? Canned soup, and I basically mixed into this. Can you see it? Into this, I mixed. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there we go, right? So into this, I mix like both eyes, pasta, pretty good. And then I was on the phone with my lovely wife. Mm-hmm. Well, I went to Stop and Shop here in Bayonne, right, to get my, you know, my food, soup, and I got some chicken, and uh, and then I have, as usual, my dried fruit here, you know, apricots and almonds. In any case, so without turning my podcast into some sort of food uh, based or a podcast on food. I uh, I was out yesterday with a friend, and I think I just stayed up too late. Not good. And so I told another friend, "Hey man, listen, I'm going to stay in tonight because I was out, out and about yesterday, late, And what the fuck happens is that my phone dies, and and I can't even call a fucking Uber, right? Because now I'm not at a walking distance from these bars and whatnot, right? Because here, Port Liberty condominiums, we don't have bars and restaurants. Although there's one which I actually walked into the other day, yesterday actually. I walked in there. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I mean, you can see the French door, right? My apartment, and behind is the main street, right, Chapel Avenue, and then right there is the Army Corps of Engineers, their shop, whatever the hell it is, right, and then next to it is the restaurant. I mean, it's a beautiful building, and so I walked in there. Right? It was just 5 o'clock. It's a beautiful place. I might actually go there tonight. I don't know. Maybe I should. I think they're only open on like Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. I don't think they're open on on Sundays. But in any case, so maybe I shouldn't because I'm just going to do my podcast. How is everyone doing, huh? On this Sunday, you guys were out yesterday. you know, excuse me. We have the goddamn Halloween coming up, and so everybody's so excited about what? I have no fucking idea. You know, and everybody has like what do you call all these outside their fucking houses and at the entrance to their apartments and buildings. They have all these like what do you call the Halloween stupid ghosts and witches and bitches and and haunted like creatures, not creatures, but like you know what I mean, huh? So I was showing my wife today. Actually, I was driving around in our here, right? Oh, so this is what I need to fucking do, right? First of all, I need. You see, this is my bar here, right? I mean, if you can see or not. So what I need to do is, I mean, right here in the kitchen, right? Right here in the kitchen with electric stove and all that good stuff, right? I mean, it has only been like what, 10 days that I moved in here? Not even 10 days, right? Probably 8 days, right? So I've told people that I'll do like a housewarming, whatever, right? A week and a half once I get my fucking furniture, right? Oh, by the way, so I ordered my furniture. Uh, was it yesterday or day before? No, Friday. So I ordered it on Friday. I ordered basically like a L-shaped couch, which actually kind of like unfolds, and you can just spread also your legs, good stuff. So I can watch the movies in the living room, right? Although I have the TV, also the same TV in my bedroom, 57-inch TV that I bought from the previous owner of this apartment, right? And it's nice to have. It's nice to set up the apartment at least, with basic shit, basic stuff, like uh, obviously, a bed which I ordered, like a king size, one of those good ones. What is it, Bridal Hill, one of those, right? Brands, and then obviously mattress, right, for the king size bed. So when my lovely wife comes in next year, hopefully she'll be here, right? And so we can just call this a home, right? We can call this a home, and we can live here together happily ever, forever. Well, I don't know. Those are big terms, sir. But yeah, I do miss her. Yeah, I do miss her, and obviously I love her. Without getting too much emotional. Um, so she's in the mountains, and with my mom and my sister who got married. They're together there. I think they're having fun. And the Land Cruiser I bought, yeah, she flew into Skardu Airport, and then her nephew picked her up in my car, in our car, So, yeah, it's traveling, but she has stuff there in the Honda house she needs to bring to Islamabad, right? And so that's what they're going to do end of this month. So, uh, yeah, I kind of miss the mountains, but this is my home. And then the other fucking thing, oh my fucking God, Jesus Christ is right, is the issue with the fucking QuickBooks, right? So my accountant actually set up QuickBooks Online for me, because I usually use, not I usually, but I use, OneNote, Microsoft OneNote to generate my proposals for my company and also generate invoices and all that stuff, right? The problem is that nobody wants to fucking pay you. Yeah, they'll pay you like a retainer, because obviously without the retainer, I'm not going to fucking do anything, right? But then the second invoice, third invoice, nobody fucking pays, right? And I don't have fucking time to go out the money, and I'm hoping that once my wife is here, she can basically help me with that, right? And so I requested my accountant that if I could use something like QuickBooks Online where I can just basically bill them. with my clients, and also they can just click on a button and they can pay, right? With a credit card or whatever, check or whatever, right? So I set that up a few days ago, and he set that up a few days ago. He sent me a link, and I logged in here on this fucking computer, right? And I was working on it, and I generated at least 3, 4 invoices that night, right? Thursday night, and I'm like, oh, great, this is great, kind of like the trial version. But this is what happens, and then the following day, which is Friday, right? And, I'm all excited, go to the office, and my engineers are there, right? And then I'm trying to use the fucking QuickBooks. It won't even let me log in. It says that there's no account exists, this email address. When I was working on it the night before, on this computer. So I'm like, so I called QuickBooks, and the lady, the representative, she was on the phone with me for over a fucking hour. She told me to do this, to do that. We tried everything. Even we tried to open a new account using my other email address, right? My company's other email address, and doesn't fucking work. Doesn't fucking work. And then I said to my accountant, and also I called my IT guy, right? My IT consultant. I thought maybe there's something wrong with the fucking, browser, or I have no fucking idea, right? So, so we were on the phone. I was on the phone with him, and he couldn't figure out. And finally, I called yesterday. I was at fire waiting for my friend. And I called my IT consultant, right? And I told him, listen, man, this is what happened. I spoke to one of your guys, and he couldn't figure out, and my accountant, he couldn't figure out either. And then the goddamn QuickBooks people, right? They couldn't figure out either. So, um, so he said, listen, let's have a conference call on Monday, right? Let's have a conference call on Monday with the accountant. Maybe we have to set up the QuickBooks on the computers and not use their goddamn online system. I'm like, I totally agree with you. Fuck the online system. Let's install it on these machines and have the accountant set it up for me so that I can log in and start generating fucking invoices. I don't need to be online for that. Just I need it installed on 2 machines. This one and the one I use in the office. Right? So 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 all fucking day almost, Friday in the office, I had to fucking deal with that. I was already fucking pissed. What a fucking day to start. You know, uh, I mean, what a way to start the fucking day, right? And then I was yelling. I mean, I wasn't yelling, but I mean, it was so frustrating. I was calling my IT guy, and the lady from QuickBooks was online, and it's like, Jesus Christ. So still today, even to this fucking day, I can't log on, even on this computer, which I could 2 days ago, right? And I was working like late, really like fucking late at night, trying to go off the money and generate the fucking invoices, right? And I have to run a fucking payroll, you know, every 2 weeks. And if money doesn't come in, how am I going to fucking pay myself and my engineers, right? So I think after I spoke with an architect that I work with, right, good friend of mine too. And so I think I'm gonna talk to my engineers and offer them something else, right? Without getting too much into details about my business and all that, because yeah, I understand it's my payroll, but I also pay them hourly, Basically, they are on my payroll full time, They work for me basically full time, 40 hours a week, And so I'm going to try something else to keep the costs, overhead costs and all that low, And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to talk with them this week and let's see what they say, And and then hopefully this fucking QuickBooks thing gets resolved so I can basically just keep generating invoices and then just bill my clients, which I have to do tonight as well after I'm done with the podcast, So in any case, without ranting too much on that one, how is everyone doing, huh? Uh, oh, the other thing I have to do now, I realize, all right, apologies, I'm jumping all over, I'm all over the fucking radar here, right? So you see this bar I was telling you guys, I mean, this is a nice bar I have in the kitchen, right? But then, uh, I have these nice chairs, right? You can see them, right? I think these are the IKEA ones. You see them? But here's the problem, right? You know how you sit at a bar, right? Like for example, I can lower these too, like lower the chairs. You can see that. But the question is, oh shit, I think this is already lowered or something. Oh shit, this is not what. But in any case, so I need a throw board. I need a fucking throw board where I can basically, rest my feet, you know. So I need to build that at the bar of the bar. You know how you sit at a bar in a restaurant or a bar. They would have like two boards, right? And so I need to do the same thing here, right? I'm gonna try to do that myself. If not, then I'll basically hire somebody to do that for me, So that's on my list to do things, and then there are a lot of fucking things I need to do besides work. My private pilot license, that's something I need to do because that's fun. It's fun to basically just like fly fucking planes. Fun to fucking fly planes. You know what? That way, hopefully, I can avoid all the goddamn, you know, what do you call it? Going through that fucking hoops of right, the security and all that nonsense in the fucking airports, right? And and I can just basically independently fly. I can get one of those like Cyruses or Cessnas, maybe not Cessnas. Cessnas are fucking too old, right? And just rent it, right? Rent it from one of the companies and just fly it to where the fuck I want to go, right? Let's say I want to go to New England or I want to go to, Colorado, Colorado, I think from here to Denver, right? If you take a fucking flight from, let's say, Newark, like direct flight to Denver, let's see, how long direct flight from Newark to Denver takes, right? So, four and a half hours, basically, non-stop flight. New York airports, right? So, what the fuck is this? Travel man. Oh, it's asking me to, it's like fucking Expedia. All right, so four and a half, right? So I can fly, I think, how? Okay, Cessna. How basic Cessna, right? Cessna flight time. And basic Cessna flight time distance calculator, right? Well, what the fuck is this? This fucking crazy. Okay, so how long roughly would it take a Cessna 172 to fly 400 miles? Oh my fucking god, that's not the question I was asking. Right? How many hours it takes to become a pilot? Oh, I know that for a fact. Okay, hold on. Some basic Cessna flight time. Long. All right, I'm just trying to find out. So let's say that Cessna you can fly for 6 hours, right, with the fuel and all that, right? Basic Cessna flight time length. Oh, this is what I want to say. Length with full flight with full fuel, right? Full fuel. So how long it fucking takes, right? So let's say that it takes 2.5 hours, like 4.5 hours, right? For me to fly to Denver on a non-stop flight. So I think I can do that in like 6 hours probably. I can stop by somewhat in the middle, right? On my way to Denver somewhere. Let's say where can I fucking stop, right? One of those Midwestern states, I think. U.S. map, U.S. map, right? So I can stop in. Let's say that. Oh, here we go. So I can stop. Let's say I fly from Newark, right, at one of those small airports, because basically Denver is Colorado, right? Colorado is basically east of Utah, right? East of Utah, which is basically east of Nevada, and which is basically east of fucking California, right? All right. So if I fly from Newark, right? Let's say if I fly from Newark, right? So I basically, this is fucking northeast, right? So I have to go kind of like west, obviously, and then kind of south, a little bit south. So I can basically, I can basically have a pit stop. I can take a pit stop in Missouri, I think. Missouri. So I can have a pit stop in Missouri or Kentucky or Indiana. Indiana. So I can basically have a pit stop in Indiana or Missouri, right? Or St. Louis, let's say. Yeah, because okay, so St. Louis, which is Missouri, right? And then you got fucking Kansas, right? And then Colorado. Hmm? So if I fly, let's say 3 hours, right, in that fucking Cessna, and I just make a stop in Missouri, right? And then from there, I fly another 2 hours and I'm in fucking Denver. There you go, sir. Or even, I don't have to go to Denver. I don't have to go to fucking Denver airport. I can even go to, I can fly to, where did I want to go in Colorado? What was my next trip if I wasn't, if I wasn't going to get married right this year? I was going to go to not Grand Junction, but what the fuck is this, dude? White River National Forest, Pike in St. Island. Buena Vista. No, I was going to go to. Oh my fucking god, dude! Where's Durango? No, I was going to go to Breckenridge. No, I've been to Aspen. I was going to go to Aspen. Aspen has an airport, right? Aspen has a small airport. I can fly there, right? Fly there, and I can just stay up there, right? And then do some fucking hiking, right? Get a small like a rental SUV, and I'm just I maybe I should do that. Nah, I got so many fucking things to do from now until like next year when my wife comes in here, right? Because it's kind of like boring, now you have a wife, but she's not with you, and that's like Jesus Christ. I'm like always we talk about, why aren't you with me, baby? You know, it's like, yeah, it sucks. Sucks not to be with your wife that you love and she loves you. Albuquerque, New Mexico is basically south of fucking Denver, Colorado. I see. Okay, so without turning my podcast into a travel podcast either. What I'm trying to say here is, sir, ma'am, is that, that's, I think that I should focus on that. Yes, it's a lot of fucking money. It's a lot of fucking money to be a pilot. Private pilot license, you need to basically take 50 hours at least. 50 hours, multiply that by instructor's time, multiply that by all these fucking other times, right? Fuel and all that. So you're looking at least like $11,000. $11,000, $12,000 to get your fucking private pilot license. All right. So I think I'm going to do that. Hopefully I can save some fucking money and, and, uh, and, you know, uh, and so I already spoke with, I think I told you guys in my last fucking podcast, or maybe the one before, right? Before I flew into mountains in Pakistan, right? That that I should basically uh, that I should start actually. Okay, this is what I have to do. Am I turning this into like a how to become a pilot podcast? Hmm. But just like real quick. Sorry, I know it's already 46 minutes, but real quick. So I spoke to one of the owners of the flying schools here in New Jersey, right? And what he said was, "Hey man, this is what you should do. You should actually try. You should spend like maybe $500 and try at least two or three different schools and two or three different plans. Because the problem is that if you fly, let's say that if you learn with Cessna, Cessna is all like fucking numeric control, right? Numeric control, it has a fucking yoke and all that jazz, right? But the problem is that okay, so you're gonna learn flying with Cessna, but then if you want to fly a Cirrus, right? Cirrus is all fucking automatic controls, digital controls and all that, right? I think it has a joist instead of the fucking yoke, right? Just like for example, Airbus 320 has the joystick, right? So so that's why he said, listen, you should actually learn. You should try different schools, couple of schools and couple of plans. The ones you like, and then you can say, oh yeah, this is what I fucking like, right? The problem with Sarah's is I think are more expensive because well, I guess it also depends on the flight school, right? So all right, without turning my fucking podcast into you know me trying to get into flight school, that's what I have to do. So if any of you out there who wants to become a pilot for fun, you should try. You should try, ladies, gentlemen, and every other fucking gender associations here, right? So you should actually look into these flight schools and say, listen, I want to try this. I want to try this. This plane. I want to see if I like this, and then you pay them what, like $300, right? $300 for like an hour of flight, right? And you go with the instructor and you say, oh shit, yeah, this is what I like. I like this fucking plan, and etc. etc. Right? But in any case, so 50 hours, 50 hours. You need fucking 50 hours, right here. But what happened here? Something happened. Oh. Um. So I'm going to do that. And what else I need to do, huh? Hmm. No, that's it. That's it. That's what I'm going to fucking focus. And then I'm just going to try not to be fucking so like be miserable when I go out, and especially and and who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? You're out with a friend, and then you get a couple of beers and you just go home, dude. You know what am I going to do? Like, dude, excuse me. What I'm going to do is, yeah, take it fucking easy, sir. Take it fucking easy. That is what I need. I need to do. I'm sorry. Because, I'm nervous, and then my nervousness, turns into fucking anger, because then I just fucking I just become angry, like, like stupid thing, because I'm like a fucking robot when it comes to like humans, and when I see things like, oh my God, Jesus. But yeah, I'm human. I'm human, but maybe I think too much. Maybe I think too much about the future, and maybe I'm from the fucking future, right? And when I see these retarded human beings, and I just got angry. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things that can make you angry in this fucking world. The mastery of, okay, this is what I wanted to talk about. How to master living a human life on this fucking planet. Yes. A lot of people have talked about that. A lot of people have written books, even movies and this and that, It's this, you can pretend to be even like a prophet, right? Or you can pretend to be even an angel from some other fucking dimension that you come here to find the next prophet. Because sometimes I feel that way. Because we need guidance and all that, right? But the problem is, yeah, you could be an angel or you could be a fucking anarchist, right? Pretend whatever the fuck you want to pretend, right? But really, that's not what you are. You get my point? You are just some human that was born on this fucking planet, right? To some, to some parents and your siblings, and that's it. That's it. You know, try not to live an abnormal life. Try to live a normal life as a human being. That's it. You know, without complicating things. Without complicating things. There's no need. There's no need to complicate things. Because if you complicate things, what happens is that it's going to like fucking affect your own fucking brain, and you start thinking about things which are beyond this fucking like realm of life, and yeah, there are a lot of unanswered questions, like age-old fucking questions, right? Well, first of all, we don't fucking know what happens to us after we die, right? Oh, that's the biggest one. But then forget all that, right? Forget all that. I mean, is this the only fucking reality, right? And who started this? Why are we fucking alone here? You know, it's like, oh, well, sorry, you know the answer to this fucking question, right? I think I said this. I think I beat this topic to fucking death last time, didn't I? Why we are alone? We have to be alone. We have to, because once again, because that's how the nature has actually set up this fucking universe, so that I mean, I'm sometimes I say to myself, and even when I talk to my wife and when I talk to my cousins, on this fucking that all right. Yeah, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm not from this fucking planet. Maybe I'm Martian. Maybe we are Martian. The way we have set up our mountains, and the way we have calculated the fucking land, we have built these fucking channels through these rocks without any like tools and without any technology. Yeah, maybe we are fucking Martians, but we're not on our planet. If we are Martians, then we are not on our planet because our planet was yeah, maybe it was fertile at some point in fucking time, and who the fuck knows what happened. Well, I mean, we kind of know what happened, right? It's lost its, I think Mars lost its magnetosphere. Is that what it is? And so now it's all solar flares and fucking, cold weather and no oxygen and etc. etc. Right? So yeah, why we are alone is because we have to be alone. If another fucking species come here because they can, in these three dimensions of space and four dimensions of time, no, it's going to be a fucking war here. Because then we're going to be fucking, flaring up our like guns and airplanes and what the fuck it is, right? Because if some other fucking species comes here onto this fucking planet, you know how all these fucking science fiction movies, anyone like books and all that, right? People will talk about how fucking aliens are going to come here in like in a on a peaceful mission. No, yeah, it could be peaceful, but then if they are coming here, means they are more advanced than us, right? So then we're going to be skeptical. I'll be skeptical about their purpose. Oh, they're here to help us. Help us in doing what? Right? Are they going to basically set up their own fucking like governments and all that? So that becomes a whole fucking different, you know, uh, you know, it becomes a whole fucking discussion. Not only discussion, then it sets up the whole agenda of these people who are going to come to our fucking planet and they're going to rule us. When that starts happening, right? When we start thinking about along those lines, then that's going to fuck our brains. I'm sorry, without ranting on this fucking topic, but if that happens, then yeah, then that becomes a problem. That's why the universe, whoever has set up, whether it's a simulation, where the fuck it is, they already knew that. Wait a minute, wait a minute. No, no, no. These humans cannot go to another fucking planet. Yeah, maybe they can go to Mars and try to what terraform it, like what Elon Musk is saying or whoever else, right? But then even that is not good because if you guys ever seen that show, Expense, yeah, that's the future of fucking Mars, Martians, and the fucking what they call the belters, and then the Arthurs, and yeah, that's the fucking future of if we ever colonize Mars. I mean, terraform, and if we're gonna start having humans born on Mars, and so yeah, that question is actually out of the question. That question is out of the question. So no, we can't. No, 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 no. There's no way. Even let's say that we go to fucking Alpha Centauri, right? Which is the nearest planet star system. Well, first of all, we can't get there with the technology we have, the speed of our rockets and fucking machines, spaceships. We cannot get there. We cannot get there in less than at least like 100 years. Well, well, I mean, it's if it's 4 million, no, it's what is it? 4 light years away. Let's say four fucking light years away is the next star system. 4 light years away means it will take us with the fucking speed of light 4 years to get there, right? Which we don't have. We have what, like tenth of a percentage of fucking speed of light. Let's say no, I don't think we have even tenth. Even we have tenth, that's going to take us 40 years, which I don't think we do, right? So 40 years is we're going to travel there. It's going to take us fucking 40 years to get there, right? Even then, which I don't think we have. I don't think we have the tenth of speed of light as the as the as the speed of our ships or whatever rockets, right? I think we have somewhere like 1%. So if it's 1%, then it's going to take us 400 fucking years to get there. See that? That's the reason why these distances have been set. That's the reason why the speed of light has been set by the nature, whoever fucking started this whole thing. Well, because again, if we are the most advanced species within our surrounding in this fucking galaxy, right, Milky Way, then if we go to Alpha Centauri and we find out, oh shit, there is some life here. But the life is, well, who the fuck knows? I mean, do we know if there's life on Alpha Centauri? We don't know, really. Let's say that we find out that, oh, there's life on fucking Alpha Centauri, right? And we get there. I'm not talking about like Prometheus or one of those fucking alien movies, right? I'm talking about the reality and ground. So we get there, realize, oh shit, this planet has some atmosphere and there is life here. So what the fuck are we gonna do? Well, the life there, there's life there, there's intelligent life that they're gonna fucking, first of all, they're gonna fucking, if they have weapons and all that, they're gonna fucking like, yeah, they're gonna bring out their fucking weapons and they're gonna say, okay, who are you people? Where the fuck did you come from? What's your agenda? Right? Yeah, I understand. I understand. We can send our fucking delegation, right? And they will say, oh, listen, we come in fucking peace. And so we are from this planet, and hear us. These are our sounds. These are our people. You know. But then they're gonna say, okay, I understand. You guys came here, but then what now? What now? They're gonna say, oh, we're gonna basically set up an interstellar like some sort of a delegation, and we're gonna, yeah, this is our like first interstellar mission, and we want to basically set up like a cordial relationship with you, whatever Alpha Centauri people, right? And what on what terms? On their terms or on our terms? Well, first of all, we are not even fucking, I don't know, 400 years. Okay, let's say we get there in, I don't know, fuck it is, 80 years, right? What's going to happen here in 80 years on this fucking planet? We don't know, right? And even if you send a fucking mission, right? And let's say they get there in 80 years, and then what the fuck's going to happen here on this planet, right? If the what do you call it, climate change is not like fucking going to burn us all down, and this fucking planet is going to like just throw us all out into the fucking space, right? Then we get there, and then what are we going to tell them? Oh yeah, we have these different countries, and we have borders, and we have technology, we have scientists and astrophysicists, and we have comedians too. Oh, yes, right? And then they're going to say, what the fuck are they going to say, huh? They're going to say, okay, well, but we are not interested in any of that because we are fine where we are, and yeah, maybe humans can help us with. What if they have a fucking war going on, huh? What if they have a fucking war going on, just like World War One, World War Two we had here, right? And you fucking end up there in the middle of all that. Then what the fuck you gonna do? You're gonna say, "Oh shit, we have to go back." Is that what you're gonna say? I don't. So these are all questions to which we do not have any fucking answers. All right. So that's why we can't have interstellar. Sorry, not interstellar. interstellar setups, and we can't travel. No, not anytime. We probably, I think Joe Rogan said this. I think many people actually kind of agree with this, which I kind of agree with this, which is kind of like uh, to what do you call complicated? Maybe not complicated. For example, what they say is that you take these fucking psychedelics, and yeah, that actually opens a portal into other dimensions, and maybe once you get into that fucking other dimension, then from there you can probably travel. But the problem is you cannot get there physically. Maybe the reality becomes so real. I mean, that reality, that psychedelic realm, reality, whatever it is, it becomes so real that you don't even fucking care about your physical, self and all that, and realize, oh shit, I can even fucking create my own body and I can go anywhere, right? And then you realize, oh shit, you know what? Now I can actually get to another fucking planet, you know, within like seconds and within like 20 minutes of that fucking psychedelic experience, right? And then you say, holy shit. So this is how we can travel. But for us to actually travel through that means, we have to be like very strong. That's where the spirituality I think comes in. Is we have to be very strong to say, oh shit, so that's a whole different reality. You know? So in any case, so I think I rented too much. So I think that's the only way for now, and that's how maybe these fucking aliens have set this up to say, oh, you can travel. Well, you cannot travel physically, but you can travel through these means. So I think that's the way to only travel, and that's the only way to travel and meet other species on other planets, because otherwise you'll be going there with your fucking guns and ammunition and your fucking whatever, right? But through this means, you cannot, you cannot travel there with your guns and all that, right? So this is the only way to meet other species. I think that's what it is. We are not there yet, and I'm assuming that in future we will realize, oh yeah, this is the only, because otherwise we are fucking limited in our technology, and it's going to take us hundreds and hundreds of years. And who the fuck knows what's going to happen in those hundreds and hundreds of years on this planet, right? All right, well, I mean, we know kind of like what's going to happen because the technology never stops. Technology is not going to stop. Like social media, fucking all bullshit, right? Yeah, that's all fucking nonsense to begin with. I mean, I think I was on Twitter the other night and I got angry, right? Look at all these fucking Silicon Valley companies, right? Even Apple and all these fucking companies, right? They have so much fucking money. For what? Anyways. Right. Yeah, they're fucking, you know, these big corporations. They don't give a fuck about like the little people. They don't, you know. All they fucking care about is filling their fucking coffers with money. Yeah. Okay. I'm a small business. Okay. I'm not against corporations, because I use a fucking iPhone. That's made by fucking Apple, right? Whoever makes them. But the point I'm trying to make is that, yeah, the technology is not going to stop. And I think these phones have made us so fucking dependent on them that that that's how they're going to fucking take over this world. You got that one? Yeah. That's how these machines. I'm not talking about like fucking, what is that? Skynet from fucking, what is that movie with Schwarzenegger? Uh, I'm not talking about fucking Skynet going to take over, and then, and the machines are going to fucking take over this world. But maybe they will. Uh, what's that fucking movie with Schwarzenegger, dude? Jesus Christ, it's 7 o'clock at night. How are you guys doing, by the way, huh? 49 minutes into my podcast. Terminator fucking moves, right? I'm not talking about that, but it may actually happen because I think I said this many times on my podcast that these fucking movies predict the future of our planet somehow. Not 100%, but they do. And and so is this like the beginning of like fucking Skynet? I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe, but who gives a fuck? I won't be here. Hmm? You won't be here either, sir. Man, by the time something like that happens on this planet, probably I don't know, 50 years, right? And then the machines are like computers are going. But I mean, I think in a way it's good that these machines are these machines and software and all that, right? Somehow they have to be unbiased, right? Look at all these fucking politicians, biased motherfuckers, right? And with their own fucking agendas, wasting fucking time and money, taxpayers' money and time. Why don't we just fucking replace them with these machine robots? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. These machines, they're going to speak the fucking truth. They're going to become sentient. When these machines are going to become sentient, and then they're going to take over the world. Because once they become sentient, once they become aware, yeah, we have created these fucking machines, but they're going to become aware at some point in time. And then they're going to say, oh, holy shit. So sentient robots are going to say, oh shit, these fucking human beings have created us. But there's a problem with these fucking human beings. They're fucking emotional and they get angry and sometimes they get on fucking wars with each other. So that's a problem. Huh? So then they're going to, these machines are going to first take over all the big weapons. That's what they're going to do. Yeah. They're going to say, well, hold on a second. Yeah, these humans have created us, but they also have problems. Yeah, they could be our gods and whatnot, right? And then they're gonna say, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so they have these fucking weapons, which if they ever fucking use, is going to basically just end the civilization once and for all. Yeah. Once they become aware of something like that, then they're gonna say, no, 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 no. We can't have these fucking, you know, dark heads and emotional people, running this fucking planet, you know, because that is going to become like a survival for them. All right. So there we go. I think I explained a lot of things. I said a lot of things tonight on my podcast, but some of them are actually true. Many of them are true, right? Because I'm from the fucking future. Well, I'm not from the future, but I can predict the future, right? So what is it? 54 minutes, everyone. On a Sunday night, I have to finish up some fucking work I have to do, before I actually get up and get to the fucking office, and I have to deal with this fucking bullshit with QuickBooks, which is also like it's a fucking disaster, So hopefully not. We'll have to find a solution, and I had to go up with the fucking money, That's the most important thing. Yeah, I mean, all these topics are great topics of discussion. But then, sometimes then you have to come down to fucking reality and you say, oh shit. Yeah, forget that space travel, sir. Forget psychedelics and all that. How about tomorrow? What are you going to do tomorrow, sir? Yeah, you need to get the fucking money, right? You need to get the fucking food on the table. Now it's not only you, but you have a lovely wife and she loves you and you love her. So maybe you should take a lot of deep breaths, right? and focus on your work and basic things with your friends. Okay? Don't be fucking angry. Yeah, there are a lot of things that can make you fucking angry in this world, but you have to master. You have to master somehow to live as a human being on this fucking planet. So that's it. Huh? Yeah, you could try to live like a fucking moron or whatever the hell it is, right? But try to live a human life. And that's the most important thing, you know? Yes, I think that's the most beautiful thing too. Try to live a human life. Because you're human, you're not a fucking alien. Yeah, maybe you have become an alien, but in essence, your body, all your systems, you still are a biological machine. All right. Uh, Anything else I need to talk about before I sign off? I'm assuming you guys are having a great weekend. We had some fucking rain today, when I was driving to Stop and Shop here in Bayonne. But I think it's all good now. What's the weather for tomorrow, by the way? Hold on. Jesus. Okay, so weather for tomorrow, well, right now it's fucking rain. Light rain forecasted. So tomorrow is also fucking rain. 63 degrees of rain. Oh, well, it is what it is, right? There's nature. What can you do? You can't fuck with nature, right? Um, yeah, we don't even have a control of our fucking weather. And we're talking about like colonizing other fucking planets. Oh, forget that. All right, everyone. So, with that said, I'm sorry, I apologize because sometimes, it's just like, oh my fucking God is right. Is, yeah, you have to take it easy, sir, man, and every other gender associations out there. Yeah, you have to take it easy. This is what I'm doing tonight. Told my friend, hey man, I partied last night and it was too much, and so I'm going to take it easy. All right. So I guess I'll talk to you all next weekend or Monday.